Matter of fact, before they stopped it, I said every time I stop somebody, I call it out, didn't I? At DC, they call me Mo. I'm just a young nigga, be out here on the Calvin is Calvin. You know what I mean? I got Calvin.
Davis and Calvin Ford have just found themselves embroiled in the most unexpected chaos weeks before his next fight. There's been several questions raised regarding the relationship between Calvin Ford and Gervonta Davis for months. However, the pair raised the narrative that nothing was wrong.
Against Will. I don't know. I know I can. I ain't pushed no buttons with Tank yet. I can't.
Things became even clearer when Calvin Ford showed up for Gervonta Davis's press conference, more like an audience that came to cheer him up instead of as a main part of his team. Well, things have gone very sour between Tank Davis and his trainer, and for the first time in his career, he's about to get into a fight without Calvin Ford in his corner. In fact, there seems to be some sort of chaos surrounding every Gervonta Davis fight these days. When he was to fight Ryan Garcia, there were rumors of a clash between him and his former promoter, Floyd Mayweather.
Be anything I want.
Right.
But I'm a man at the end of the day. And I'm a hustler.
Right.
Second and foremost, I came from that club.
The pair continued their feud until fight night, when they were able to settle their differences. Well, that was for the Ryan Garcia fight. They returned to even worse ways after the fight, and currently have a bad relationship also before his fight. With Frank Martin last June, Gervonta Davis also found himself in the midst of a turmoil between Leonard Ellerbe and Floyd Mayweather. Eventually, Ellerbe was sacked from his role as the chief executive officer of Mayweather Promotions, having only Gervonta Davis is the fighter he now promotes. This time it's Gervonta Davis and his coach Calvin Bowe, and here's where it all began.
Different beasts. I understand what we got to go against every time we get in there. That square box of lunch is serious. So when I talk...
While it was announced recently that there's been a split between the trainer and Gervonta Davis after over a decade together, Coach Calvin Ford has confirmed the news. There were several external factors that contributed to this, probably because of his training camp activities or just out of his unwillingness to talk about the situation. Dan Davis has been silent on these matters ever since it was rumored. Until now.
You just did. We got off the canvas once. It ain't about the dub with me. It's about do you got that will.
In breaking his silence, the narrative changes a little bit, and now it's no longer just because of Calvin Ford's offense, but because of an issue involving Leonard Ellerbe. It was revealed that ever since Leonard Ellerbe left Mayweather Promotions, he didn't have to stay on the fence anymore between Gervonta Tank Davis and Floyd Mayweather Jr. In the aftermath of his sack, he's been pouring all of his attention on Gervonta Davis. And as much as Leonard Ellerbe is being helpful, Calvin Ford feels many of Gervonta Davis's bad decisions can be traced back to Leonard Ellerbe.
When I talk to him, I'm not talking to little Tank anymore. I'm talking to the grown man Tank. For being with him for so many years.
Hence, Calvin Ford hasn't been so fine with the relentless company of Leonard Ellerbe. Earlier, it was a team of Dan Davis, Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis, even while they were under the Floyd Mayweather Promotions banner, were just so inseparable that Floyd Mayweather Jr. had to respect their unity as well. However, since they left, Mayweather Promotions and Leonard Ellerbe joined them as well. Their relationship has been threatened. More so, Gervonta Davis has been making wrong career choices, and he's been manipulated by Leonard Ellerbe. This is what Tank Davis claims the belief of his trainers is. According to him, the whole of his camp is against his close association with Leonard Ellerbe. To them, Leonard Ellerbe is with whoever is profitable for him. He was with Floyd Mayweather when he saw what he could get from Floyd. When he stopped getting it from Floyd's fighters, he moved on with Tank Davis. And this is exactly what Gervonta Davis's team feels about Leonard Ellerbe, except him, and it was this situation that forced him to eventually sack his coach, Calvin Ford.
A big fight.
Right.
And Tank's gonna get every last one of these guys y'all want him to get. You just can't get them all in one night.
Did you see what he tweeted at Shakur?
No, I didn't.
LB presided over the company's growth during Floyd Mayweather's career. He helped promote some of the biggest fights, including Mayweather versus Pacquiao. He has also presided over Gervonta Davis's career, making him a PPV star. He also promoted Davis's fight with Frank Martin on Saturday. after being sacked by Floyd Mayweather, since Gervonta Davis separated from Mayweather Promotions in 2022. He has fought Rally Romero. Hector Luis Garcia, Ryan Garcia, and Frank Martin are some of the finest names in the lightweight division, so it's not very difficult to believe that leaving his former mentor was the best decision of his career, right? Well, at least boxing. Commentator Showbiz the Adult thinks so. In the past few months, Tank Davis has been feuding with Floyd Mayweather over social media, with either party taking digs at each other. However, after Davis's latest fight against Martin and Leonard Ellerbe leaving Mayweather Promotions, the boxing commentator explained why it was the best decision for Davis to leave Mayweather. Yesterday, the boxing commentator, popular on YouTube, for his take on everything boxing, shared a short clip titled Tank. Davis leaving Floyd was the best thing for his career. In hindsight, it might seem like Floyd Mayweather is the biggest name in the sport, so how could it be the best thing? The commentator explained. Floyd thinks like money. So much has changed about Devin Davis, and we now finally understand Calvin Ford unknowingly foretelling what the future holds for him and Tank. Davis, before his fight against Frank Martin after Gervonta Davis was absent during the media workout, Coach Calvin Ford was there to represent him and said certain things that have now bounced against him and are playing out between the two of them.
And for the fans, who do the conspiracy theory, there's no concerns,
No, we great.
Yep.
We great. Trust me. Y'all want y'all guy to come out and put on that show for y'all. Trust me.
Now we know why he said watching him in camp scares me, because of the things he's doing in his maturity. When he gets in that ring, he'll hurt Frank. I've seen him listen to a conversation, listen to what's going on, and he's really focused speaking to Fight Hype. Davis's coach, Calvin Ford, urged people not to read into the no-show too much. Interview 11. I want to apologize to the fans. Ford said, killing the buzz that had built since the scheduled arrivals started some 90 minutes earlier. He can't make it at this moment because he's been delayed, but he's going to make it up to you all on Fight Night. Trust what I'm saying to y'all. You all want to see this performance that he's going to put on for the fans. How long have you all been knowing Tankman? I used to do the same thing y'all do. I stopped doing it. Let him just do what he does, because at the end of the day, that's what makes Tank. I don't know how his body is, Sometimes y'all have to go to work. Do you all feel like it all the time? We are getting ready to roll out to the world. I asked if he would make the press conference. Ford was optimistic.
Instagram that me and Devin about to swallow. So it's probably like 100 people, 100 or 200 people in there. The gym one probably like 100.
Well, these I've never seen. A Tank missing a press conference. Let's look at history. Let's look at the stats. Finally, Calvin Ford then warned Frank Martin on behalf of his absent fighter, Devin Davis, saying, "We're back in business. We've been waiting for this for a while." Ford said of Davis's first fight back after 14 months, "We want to put on a great performance. We want to put on a great performance for the fans at the end of the day." Truly, Gervonta. Davis has been scaring everyone, and it's not just Calvin Ford. Even Floyd Mayweather and Devin Haney have tasted. Davis and Haney traded intense blows online in recent weeks, ever since Haney's defeat in his bout against Ryan Garcia. But the latest development in their feud has taken it from a simmer to a boil, and now to a violent physical altercation. Up with Devin Haney. The two boxers escalated their feud and came very close to blows outside of a nightclub in Las Vegas. Davis and Haney's feud began several years ago since they met in a sparring session, but it has re-intensified after. Tank jumped onto social media to mock the dream after his upset defeat to Ryan Garcia. The 29-year-old decided to take their age-long rivalry to a personal level by pulling up and taking a picture with Haney's luxury Mercedes-Benz G63 and posting it on his social media. A video has since emerged of Haney clearly finding out about his move, and the pair had been going at it in a furious confrontation. In the street, the pair was separated by their teams as they shouted inaudible insults at each other, with people around them also being dragged into the angry confrontation. Haney was clearly taking aim at Davis, and it has certainly set up a future showdown as the pair chose to settle their rivalry in the boxing ring. Footage had previously emerged that appeared to show Davis embroiled in a separate argument with Haney. Although the latter isn't entirely visible, it is clear that the fiery altercation had originated from the picture that Davis posted with the caption,